time.
To talk about what I really feel about this Courage Edition iPad Pro. Hey, thanks for swinging on by to see Kyle, the phone guy. And I've got to talk about something. It doesn't necessarily pertain to me, but this product, the iPad, has become kind of near and dear to my heart over the last few months, ever since using one. I never adopted one because I always had either an iPhone or a very powerful smartphone, but after using one, they're incredibly impressive, they're amazing, there can be even laptop replacements to a point. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at here is reports are coming in that the latest version of the iPad Pro, the 2018 iPad Pro, the iPad X if you will, and the reason it got that nomenclature is because it's adopting the bezel-less so-and-so design of the iPhone X, which in and of itself isn't a bad idea. I personally kind of like the idea of more bezels on a tablet because it gives you more to hold on to, but that's not the main reason I want to talk about today. The main thing I want to talk about is the fact that reports are coming in that this might be the first iPad without a headphone jack. Now, I'll excuse you for taking it off the iPhone. You know, that I can see. Very few pro apps are being run on an iPhone. That's fine. Wireless works better. Okay, after all, I do love my Beats. They work great. But taking it out of the iPad? I'm using the headphone jack right now to record this audio into because to me that's just more convenient. And there's so many other things I use it for. You know, I have interfaces that I plug my guitar straight into the iPad to record onto. Again, microphones, anything, you know, camera shutters, you know, many different things can be run through there. People DJ off of these devices. People use them at parties to play music, which is almost the same thing as DJing, but there are a lot of things people use this device for, and it has Pro in the title. Apple, you've gotten away with removing ports in the past, you know, MacBook Pros have only USB Type-C, and you know, I can excuse that a little more than this because of the sheer fact that usually if you're carrying a laptop with you, there's some kind of laptop bag where you can carry a small dongle with you and get some of those ports back. You know, it's not ideal, but you know, I guess you'd rather have the ability to be a smaller laptop and make it larger to get those ports back. You know, discussion for another day. But really, the iPad is much more compact, is meant to be more utilitarian. Most people that are carrying these things around don't want to have a whole bag dedicated to these dongles and things like that. Why would you do this? Just don't do it. There's no real reason to do it other than Taylor Tech's the only person I can even think of just to create continuity between all the iOS devices, that every device that runs iOS has no headphone jack, and I suppose that's true. You know, if the iPhone 6S comes out of the iPhone lineup, which it most likely will this year, there will be no device running iOS that has a headphone jack, but that does not excuse it or make that a valid reason by any means. Most likely, unless there's some killer function, I can't see myself needing this device. And granted, I might not have been the target audience for this, or I probably am the target audience, I just didn't have any plans of buying it. If that's the case, then I'm just going to wait for the 2017 iPad Pro to go down in price, and I'm going to snag that guy, because that's a great device. Do you feel otherwise? Do you think that we could survive without headphone jack? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to stay reporting on this. I want to keep following this trend, so if you want to know more, stay subscribed. I've been Kyle the Phone Guy, and you've been great. Thank you for your time, and let's hope Apple gets the courage to keep things in line and to do what's best for the customer. You guys have been almost there lately. Almost. We'll see you next time. There's one for the outtakes.